It is a nice rainy day in Roatan, Honduras. Hopefully you can hear me over the sound, so let's see how it goes. So we've talked a lot about healthcare in Roatan, potentially moving to Roatan, bringing your pets to Roatan. But what we haven't talked about is pet care or food for your pets. So let's dive into that. I know it's always a constant battle. I seem to always have members of my family finding me on this island. Currently we have 2 dogs and a cat. We'll see how long we stay at that ratio, because if you come to my house, well, and you get along with others, you're kind of part of the group. So we keep it really simple at my house. If you get along, you don't go to the bathroom in the house, you can stay, and you don't rip up the furniture. So that's more of the cats, because cats like to stay at the house. Anyway, I digress. So vet care. So very similar to the medical care that we've talked about in the past. We do have several options in Roatan. There are 3 doctors, main doctors on the island that I have personally gone to for my animals, depending on what I've needed to have done. I've actually seen one for over 15 years. Was one of the first doctors that, was on the island for 2 days a week and then practiced back on the mainland. Now we have 3 full-time doctors that are here in Roatan all the time. One is just outside of West End in Gibson Bight. There's another one in Coxon Hole, and then a third over in French Harbor. So we do have lots of vets. There's lots of vets. These are 3 English-speaking vets that we have gone to. There are more Spanish-speaking vets, obviously, on the island. And then there are vets that come in for a day or 2 to Roatan and then have a practice in La Ceiba or San Pedro or Tegus. Those tend to be a little bit more specialized vet care. So I'd say everything that's basic vet care needs that I have seen, we are able to get it on the island. If you do need specialized care like cancer treatment or more involved care, just like the medical care that I receive here, the more involved, like CAT scans, those things, I do go over to the mainland. And what's nice is to transport your animal over to the mainland. While it's not cheap, nothing's cheap anymore, but you can transport locally with you have the Roatan ferry over to La Ceiba. You also have the Honduran airlines that do have different rules than the larger international carriers, especially because it is a local flight. So you do have different rules, which makes it easier, especially if you have large dogs. So those are some things to think about. We do have options. The vet care is much cheaper, just like the health care. Actually, I probably pay the same for the vet as I do the doctor for my 2-legged family as my 4-legged family. The costs are about the same. Usually when I've had to do procedures for my dogs, all being minor on the island, they're between $200 and $300. So luckily they have not needed specialized care like my dog with the tumor near his spinal cord. We did actually go, he was in the US then and actually had to go to a very specialized university doctor to get that tumor off, just because of the proximity to, it was right attached to his spine, and that was a successful surgery. He just lost his tail. So, but now also, and then you also have traveling vets. So you do have the more affordable options. You have the traveling vets that do come in several times a year. They post it all over Facebook, and these are typically free services to get just an annual checkup. Mostly the biggest goal here is the spay and neuter, which is a big push that we are trying to do on the island, because we just don't have that many facilities to house animals, and you don't want to see animals struggling, anywhere really, because we like animals more than people, right? So we do have the doctors from Canada and the US that do come down several times a year. You can book an appointment. I would say those do book up really quick, but those are little to no cost vet services, which are really nice. And you can also get your prescriptions for like the front line and all of the tick, all the heart guards, I don't know any of the brand names, but hey, all of the things that you do definitely need down here living in a jungle, you can get them on the island, which is nice. You can also get them cheaper if mail order, just very similar to wherever you're coming from, but they are available, which is very, very nice. And then you also have the ability to get them for a little bit cheaper on the traveling vets as well. So in addition to the healthcare, it's the food. What are you going to feed your dogs? I know this is one of my concerns when I had, well, any animal that I've gotten on the island, they'll eat anything. But when I brought in my US dogs, they're a little bit more particular. So, but what's nice here is now we have a lot more pet options. We do bring in Kirkland food. I personally get Kirkland, and you can get it at Eldon's or Roatan Provisions, probably a few other places. There's also several stores in Cox and Hull that do sell more of the gourmet dog food, or like the Nutro, some of the higher end dog foods that we didn't used to be able to get on the island. And then we also have homemade dog food, which, well, it's very popular for people to make their own dog food here, just because it is a little bit healthy. Well, it's healthier. The ingredients are cheaper because they're all local ingredients, like chicken, rice, carrots. The things of that nature are fairly inexpensive because they're all local. And then we also have a company called Roatan Pets in French Harbor that makes their own dog food, and I believe it's around $2 a pound, which I know my dogs would love to only eat this. So we actually mix the Roatan Pets and the Kirkland dog food, which the Kirkland dog food is about double the price than if you just go to Costco yourself, mostly due to shipping and import duties. But you do have options that are available. I know it used to be very difficult. Dog treats, I still put those in my bag. They are available, but I like to get, well, I have big dogs. We go through lots of dog treats, and there are people that do the little baked dog treats. So homemade food is very big here, just to optimize your pet's nutrition, and it's also a lot more affordable than in the US if you're getting the local chicken, eggs, things of that nature that, well, I know my dogs like to eat. What are your other questions about having pets in Roatan, Honduras?